Hello, welcome. I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on a kaleidoscope program, and we've got the basic thing working to take a static image and then flip it around, rotate it around so you get a kaleidoscope looking image out of it. But we'd also like to do that for a live camera feed, so you can hold your camera up and pan across the room and get a kind of weird kaleidoscopic view of things. Okay, so yesterday we started on that with the camera itself, and we're still in an experiment stage here. We're doing a good sized spike. We picked an answer from Stack Overflow about how to access the live camera feed, and we've done the work to set up the session and so on, and we're trying to capture that output. And where is that? Here we go, capture output. So we've set it up to notify us when it captures a frame, and then we're converting that sample buffer they send us into a UI image with the use of CI image to get it to UI image. Now we haven't actually seen the image, so there's a slight problem there. We looked at it in here, and I mean, it says it's a UI image and it's 1920 by 1080, so I call that promising. I don't know if I knew my iPad was that, but it sort of could be. All right. So today's goal, well, I'd like to make sure, I'd like to display this image. I don't know what's required for that. I don't think it's much, but if we can get that displaying, then I imagine we can get it somewhere we can chop it up and reflect it and do all the kaleidoscope things to it. All right, let me just run tests. I didn't get to do that just now, but we haven't added anything. I don't expect a problem there. It should all be a little faster than yesterday when Xcode needed to update some things. Okay. Oh, I told it to run on my iPad. Okay, well, I guess that's tolerable. All right, good. Okay, a little slow, but 0.015 seconds. It can seem longer than that. All right, so I've got latest image. I put it up here, but this class, I think, this is basically a UI view. So it's the old UI kit kind of stuff wrapped inside a representable, which lets SwiftUI hold on to it. And then this holder, we put that in a class here. So I think what I want to do, I put this image on here, but I think that's really the wrong place. I think we need to pass things down and let it update that on this one that's actually at SwiftUI level. So let's give this, let's pull that field up, I guess. Okay, so we've got our image, preview demo. Okay. So, and I'm not trying TDD or anything like that here. I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to TDD. What I'd like to get to is the point where some class passes along and it gets an updated image that triggers all the kaleidoscope stuff. And behind the facade of that, it's a bunch of horrible direct access to the camera stuff that we're doing and all that. But yeah, we'll see how clean we can get this. Okay, so we have this UI image. I'm going to pass it down. Let's just call this image. All right. And then image is image. Oops, bigger. Image. And Okay, preview folder. Oh, it's interesting. Okay. Oh, I don't know if I want to pass the image. I'm not sure if I should I guess I could pass that. Somewhere in here I have my little help cheat sheet book. All right. Okay, so this is, I guess we're going to consider this state. And then we'll pass bindings down to the children. Okay. So, well, yeah, that's kind of like what we want. UIImage. Okay. So it's going to hold the UIImage in our stack. I think we can. Well, let's get it down there and then we'll worry about it. Okay. So these need to be bindings. Var images UIImage, and then finally preview view will get that. Okay. And then preview view. Let's make this image binding or image. And then the references to latest image should be to image. Image. Okay. Okay, now some places are not happy. Argument passed to call, it takes no arguments. Preview view. I think maybe the compiler's not caught up here. Let's do a build. No. Cannot convert value of type image to binding of image. Oh, yeah. Okay. Argument passed to call, it takes no arguments. Preview view. Preview view var image. Well, usually we say private. Well, we don't have to. It should pick it up. Preview view. Maybe he's not allowed to do this. Argument passed to call takes no arguments. Well, that should be no different. Let's take this off and see if it... No. Okay, I'll do a rebuild. Argument passed to call takes no arguments. Well, oh, I've got an init that takes nothing. Okay, fair enough. All right, let's give it image of UIImage question mark. And then self.frame. No, this has to be binding. Whoops. UIImage. Question mark. I can verify of type. UIImage question mark. Use wrapper instead. Can I do anything before the super? Oh, we're going to do the underscore. Okay, everything's... Well, nothing's complaining. I guess I can't quite say that's working. Okay, just build to run tests, and then we'll build and run the real thing. I hate to keep bouncing. Okay, and run. Now, all I've done is pass this thing along. We're not doing anything with it except assigning into it. So I'm not expecting anything different. Okay, so here's our experiment tab. It's taking a picture of my room. Nothing's crashing. There's certainly activity on that image, but I think, okay. So now let's go back and see if we can display this thing. VStack. All right, now let's do image with UI image is image. All right. Run that again. Oops. Value of type image. Oh, I guess if image not equal nil, then this. Now we can do image bang. All right. Oh, and I've lost my chat window, sorry. Okay, image has a constructor taking UI image to convert it before passing it out. True. Okay, good idea. All right. Oh, hey. Oh, something's kind of happened. I don't know if I can... A little tiny picture of... I don't know what. I guess... Oh, something in my room. However, it's not updating. All right. So, okay. So that sort of tells me something's going on. I'm going to stop this. All right. So we've got that image. What I think it is something is not changing, and I don't know if it's because I'm passing outside the Swift stuff, but binding should be binding, I thought. Okay, let me run it again. Okay, I got no image selected. Okay. And I don't think it's going to help to bounce between tabs, no. So it's kind of like the first image gets there and then it doesn't update. So the question is it updating? Well, it seems like it should be because we're doing that. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know how to know. Okay, so we're passing along kind of like the place to put things, right? So okay, this doesn't actually do anything. Let's take it out. All right, so maybe I should just inline this. Take this out. Okay, so here we're saying there is state. It starts out nil, and we're going to show the image if it exists and the preview holder. Now I'm not seeing that, which I don't know, that seems a little weird. I'm going to move this down just to see if that does anything. I mean, because it, well, okay, let's make sure the camera view is still working. I'm going to not show it. I'll just do it real quick here. Well, as quick as it allows. Okay, experiment, picture my floor, but it's at the top of the screen. So how weird is that? When I say put it at the bottom, it's at the top. And when I put it at the bottom, or when I put it at the top, it was at the bottom. So something's weird there. Let's make sure this still works. So it should, theoretically, should go back to the camera view, live camera, or live view, whatever you'd call it. Okay, and it does. All right, so, So it all seems a little weird. Maybe I'm doing something here. Minimum width 0, max width infinity, min height 0, max width. I'm just telling it to take over. I don't think that's problematic. And the camera keeps capturing, so let's kill this. Right, so my live view is live, but I think what's happening is at some level with this here, I don't know why it doesn't show the camera view. Let's see if there's anything weird about preview holder. Well, he's representable. Make an update. What does update do? Huh. Well, let's print update called. Maybe we're just updating the image in there. I don't know why this UI view is preview. Okay, so what it did was I don't know, the picture is maybe nothing. It showed a black screen. Yeah, I don't get it. The picture's small. I mean, I'm all right. Let's see. Update got called though. So update called happens even before we start getting images. Update UI view. But notice we're not updating anything in here. We're only doing it here. So that's probably why it's only happening once. But I don't understand why preview holder. I mean, if I make a VStack with them, it should put the preview holder there and then squeeze in some room for the image. If it, you can critique what it does. Is the image in the context? That's a good question. preview holder. That almost sounds like here. Preview view. So preview view. Golly. I'm feeling buried in this already. Okay, it's this seems okay that it captures this. This line is a little weird to me still. If there is a session, or sorry, if there is a super view, we do this stuff. Otherwise, we stop running. So it seems like there's always a super view because we keep. Well, no. I don't know. What we keep doing is calling capture output. Where did we set that one up? It's up here. AV capture data output. If you can add it, and then delegate it to this class, which calls the output method. I don't know. Okay, so we call update a couple times. We capture an image. We call another update. Notice they're not one-to-one. Mostly one-to-one. Okay. So this being called tells me that this is getting updated, but it may be that, I don't know, I'm trying to build a model here. Preview holder UIImage on each update. Yeah, I think well, okay, maybe that's a way to do it. It seems like UI view is a preview view, so that should be okay. I mean, let's try. I mean, it doesn't return anything. Okay, maybe I should read about this a little bit. I've used it before. Well, let's go to the real docs. Okay. I had the sort table project a year and a half, 2 years ago at this point, and it's a mix of UIKit and Swift UI. That's kind of where I switched myself over to Swift UI. Okay. Use them to configure your view with your app's current state information. To add your view, create your UI view representable, add it to your Swift UI interface. Yeah. Oh, here we go. It doesn't automatically communicate changes within your view to other parts of Swift UI. You must provide a coordinator instance. Okay. Okay. Let's. Now, we're getting that update. I don't know. Let's try. Yeah, I think. I mean, what if we. What if we say image equals UI view dot dollar image? No, I want to say image dot wrapped value. Image dot. I thought a binding. Well, I think the other way is to reference this. I thought it'd be like image.wrapped value. Oh, what did it say? Wrapped value defined unbindable, but may not be available in this context. I don't know if I say image equals UI view dot image. Cannot assign to property. Okay, I guess I gotta learn about coordinators. Okay. And this is like the most unhelpful thing I've ever seen. Okay. Make coordinator, create the custom object used to communicate. Okay, so let's look for this. Make coordinator. I don't even know these are. I don't know where these functions are even living. Pull value. Let's hope for a better example. I've been here before. Okay, we have a UI view controller representable. Is that what we got? UI view. Oh, this is a view. Okay. I don't know where the controller is. UI view representable. I don't think that fits my search really. Okay, so this lets us create a view. That seems to be what we've done. We've got a binding there, okay. Make UI view. Okay. If UI self start animating. Oh, can I not read this? Oh. Yeah, I'm not really on medium. Update UI view gets triggered when closing Swift view changes its state. Inside the method, you can do changes to the view information. But that doesn't seem to be what he's doing. He's looking at his binding. Maybe. UI view dot. Okay, we can get all the stuff from it. See, I don't want to change the binding per se. I want to update the wrapped value in it. So I kind of want to say image equals UI view dot image. And I think that's what it didn't like. Well, published an observable object. Yeah, if you're using classes, that would make sense. And maybe we have to go that way. I don't know. What's weird to me is the preview holder, like, I don't really care. Right? There's nothing I want to show in the preview holder. So, I mean, we show it because it's helpful to us. All right. Bloop. Okay, there's my, well, I got one image. And updates are no longer calling as far as I can tell. This is weird. Yeah, it's the big one. So usually we get the big one. It's the preview holder, which is not a great name, but okay. But we're trying to show the UI image. Can I give it? Let's try that so I can at least tell which one I'm getting. It's got a green one. It's our UI image. Nope. And it's just one shot. And update call is no longer being called and called and called and called, which also strikes me as weird. Let me take this one out again. I think I'm gonna have to do some just refactoring to kind of get this mess under control. I'm afraid obvious things are escaping me because it's getting sloppy. Okay, that's the live view. Now, that keeps calling. Something's weird. Okay, I'm going to stop. All right, so when the image is not there, that thing keeps updating and it's fine. Okay. I don't know. That class is getting big and ugly. All right. So I wonder if this image, like, maybe the published. Okay, let's see if there's another. Make UI view when you create the UI kit. Okay, update when the view must be redrawn. Okay, that sounds like our problem. Self.UI view type is associated type must match the thing. Okay. All right, there's their view representable. They have a binding. Here's the make. UIView.text equals content. Oh. That seems different. I don't know if we're going the wrong way. Okay. They're using the binding on the UI view representable to write into the UI view. So I don't know. It sounds like the changes are. No. So what they're doing is they're putting the binding string here, and then they're updating the UI view, which is a UI label, with the value that comes in from the Swift side. I think we're trying to go the other way. Well, we are trying to go the other way. We get a picture from the camera and we want to get it shown on our view. Okay, I mean, it's good. Binding. Let's see if we have a good answer first. The only switch wrapper works in a class is published and observable. That's kind of what you're getting at. No, property of view. Coordinated switch always like delegate. Well, I mean, that's true, but we're not using a class. Normally, views are struct, so I don't think we want a class per se. Something like needs update for Swift UI. I don't think. I don't think so. I mean, I think it's all based on monitoring the changes in states and that sort of thing. The states and observable objects. Yeah, so we want to say like, hey, go redo. I think that's what they're trying to get at with this update, but it's like it's going the other way. Okay, let's see. Maybe we can look at this one. But I think what's happening is the examples show updating the UI views image to be equal to image. I mean, we can try that, but I think it's just not right. I think that's just going to nil it out and we won't get anything. Yeah, maybe, oops, maybe switching something to observable is the way to go. I don't know. I mean, that's what the state and binding thing is supposed to do, right? It monitors all the state variables for changes, and when it finds one of them has changed, it triggers an update. If you just had plain fields, they're in a struct, so it would never change. But at state tells them to keep track of them separately outside the view and then monitor them. Okay, it's running experiment. Yeah, it's picking them up. All right, now let's uncomment this. Run again. I don't know if we can monitor these. Well, we know it's called, right? So maybe I'm saving image and I need to save image.wrap value or something like that. Image is a binding to UIImage. Oh, this is running experiment. Oh, that's, well, interesting. So I don't know if you can see, the little box seems to be the camera and the big box seems to be green outline. So it's trying to put it there. But the camera stopped updating. So I don't know. Well, this is a class. This is a class. Yeah. So, okay. I get what you're saying. I think like somehow I got to get from a binding. I need to be published. We'll see what we can do. Published var image Cannot assign. Well, I don't want the image to be here. Okay, so the model is observable object, which may be a problem. Okay, he's got a published field. So the top thing, well, this is better in a way. Like I don't want a view, really. I guess it has it because it's got to put those images somewhere, but it's like we're mixing up things, right? We've got the view. I don't know. I mean, normally observable object goes on a model class, and that comes in. Yeah, so the view side we do state object and observable object, and somebody configures them to the model. I don't know. Is the image superfluous to us? That's the weird thing. This is writing somewhere. Self.capture session. Okay, I'm gonna, rather than kind of destroy this, let me go back a little bit. Let's get this still binding. Okay, I'm gonna push this. It's just an experiment, so I don't mind that it's kind of weird. Try to get camera and resulting image both shown. Okay, I think that's what we've been doing. Commit. I guess I should probably say something here. So we're, well, show the image. Okay. As well as the camera for now. Okay. That's pretty well what we're doing. Need a publish field somewhere. Wait, update with the UIImage. Yeah, I think that's what I ultimately want. Okay, so that's what I want to try. I'm going to make a class camera model. Okay, whoops. Observable object. Okay. He's going to have a UIImage published. Published var. Okay, and usually it's public. This can be public. Okay, so he says, I'm a thing that publishes an image. When I change it, you should update your stuff. Okay, now this, like, none of this stuff seems like it needs a view. Where's the view come in? It must be this. Capture preview layer dot self. I don't know why anybody would need it. The return layer, video preview layer. Yeah, this thing is weird to me. All right. So I'm gonna, what am I gonna do? Well, let's keep these things. Yeah, I think the view, the view for the live preview, but like, do I have the buffers? I guess I must get them anyway. All right. So I'm going to make this into a method. Boy, oh, I'm going to run low on my battery. If I have another way to charge it. Okay. I want this. Well, I think he's got to have two things. I mean, I think he's got to say published var errors. Error is string optional, maybe. Okay, so that starts out nil. This bit, okay, let's make a func access camera. Okay, and then, okay, so that goes to the camera and says, I would like to get access to it. I will wait. Now, does blocker show up again? Okay, so that's wrapped around. All right, yeah. So I think this method says I want to get access to the camera. If not allowed access, I want to set the error to that. I guess I want to start it out empty. There's no error yet. And error equals user did not allow access to camera. I'll leave the print in for now. I don't think there's harm there. Okay, so that's a thing. All right, then we're going to do the session. No, this all, okay, that to there. I'm going to make another function. Camera model dot, I think this is get permission. Okay, and this is setup camera. Okay, we're going to create a session. I think I can delete this for now. We're using the simpler one that just says give me the default video device. And I think that's okay. Okay. If something goes wrong, when we try and get it, we're going to make another error. No camera detected. Okay, fair enough. And then, what's this self stuff? Does not conform. I guess we want it to conform. Okay, and conform is add the stub. No. That seems too hard. We didn't do all that down here, so what do we have to up there? Let's see this thing. Optional function capture output. Okay. Let's get that one moved up. Okay, capture output. We get the okay, and that's writing into image, which is our published UI image. Okay. Should inherit NS object. Okay. This one must have gotten it from UI view, I guess. All right. So this, I don't know that that matters. All right. The message could be better. Let's see. Yeah. So, get an image. Well, we'll leave it for now. All right. So what happens here? Session goes away. Everything goes away except this reference to this thing being this sample buffer delegate. Add output, photo output. What's photo output? Captured it. Well, is that right for a 1? I guess. Okay. So if you, let's do an init. And I think to be the same as this, we're going to do a get permission, set up the session, and then capture session equals session. That seems like we should catch that too. Let's pull that line in. Okay, so the result of this is the session. Okay, let's return session, and then the caller can do this. Okay, so this is get permission, self.capture equals set up camera, returns AV capture session. Okay. And equals set up a camera. Okay. All right, who's complaining? Non-void functions return a value. Well, we got a session with nothing on it. I guess that's nillable. Okay, let's return nil. That makes more sense to me. Overriding declaration. Okay, so I mean, I'm basically pulling pieces up, but now my init is get permission, capture the session, or set up the capture session. Oh, maybe this should just be set up session. Okay. And then the result of this is capture outputs getting called. With the image. Okay. Sorry, wrong one. Okay, so I think this has the basics there. Now we're publishing this UI image. All right, I think that captures everything that's in here. Now we gotta go the other way. Okay, so at state object, what did I call it then? Camera model? Yeah. Private var camera model of camera model. Well, no, just equals camera model, I think. Okay, now these image things, they're going to be different. I'm just going to call this camera. Okay. Now, this should pass camera in. Oh, no, he shouldn't even do that, should he? We shouldn't need this anymore. That's camera. That. Okay. And now UI image should be camera dot image. Camera dot image is UI image. Okay. He's not liking something. Camera dot image. Okay. I don't know if this stuff is all so necessary, but okay. Camera image not nil, then show the image. All right, now we got to move. Oh, maybe we don't have to do anything. Oh, if this is working, it's much simpler. Okay, so we create the camera model. It hooks up into the camera. It sets up this function that's going to periodically update image. And it's published field, so it should just update. Okay, let's see how that's going. Getting very low on power here. Okay, come on. Okay, I see nothing green. I see nothing anywhere. Okay. And I see nothing letting us know that anything happened. All right, and let's just put in, I think we need to put in a label with, now I don't know if I can do this like this. Can I say camera dot error question mark? Only show this if it's like that? No. Okay. String. Is it text? Yeah, that's maybe not the best choice, but it'll get us the text. Okay. All right. Mostly, I expect. The views. Have you started the session? The thing it did when there was a super. Ooh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, when does this happen? All right, I'm going to put this up here too. And I'm getting nothing. Okay. Func start session is this. Oh, well, there's a problem, right? No video preview layer. Gravity equals resize. I don't know if I need these. And I really don't know how to know when to stop the session. But let's put the function up there for it anyway. Okay. I mean, my hope is that those two commented lines were just needed when we were showing it, and that it's not needed now. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, well, this is a change. I don't know if you can see, but there's just a little green box on the bottom. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, here we go. Publishing values from background threads. Make sure publish values on the main thread. Okay, so I think that's we got to do something similar to this on our output. That's running on a background thread. I think we can do this. Is it just main? Main actor? No. Gosh, you used to have to do it all the time. Oh, let's see. Dispatch queue to global. Dispatch queue.main.async. Okay. All right, so that should be for image requires self dot. Okay. Self dot image equals that. So that should, because normally this is running on this local thread camera queue. All right. And I don't know. I want. Oh, yeah. I don't know if. I think if I say main actor here, and maybe bubbling myself into trouble, but this method capturing it cannot be used to satisfy non-isolated. To make this instant non-isolated to the actor. Okay. And now I'm forcing it. So I'll type in a sendable closure. I'm getting buried here. I think, well, if I'm doing this manually, that's fine. But I got to do it around all these error things too. Hmm. I'm going to say report error, I think. Yeah, no, I'll just put this up here as well. Okay. Something about send. Okay, so I think we've wrapped these. And I really shouldn't be using that describing, but oh well. Okay. How are we looking now? Try again. Private object will change. Oh gosh. Yeah. Okay. Object will change. Zero object publisher. Yeah. I mean, it also sounds like, combine, which I don't know if it seems like it's still there, but it was sort of designed to be this stream of stuff. And that's kind of exactly what our model is. We've got these images that are a stream of stuff. But object will change. I don't think we have to worry. Okay, it started. Okay, we're back to the box. Got no error text. Let's see. I'm a little worried that there are errors. And I'm a little worried I'm getting buried in this experiment here. Okay. I'm going to modify this. New text, else, no error detected. Okay, just to make sure we get some error text in that field just so we can see if we're seeing it. If we're not, I kind of want to know. And I really do hate the cycle of working with the real device, but it's what we got. The images seem to be captured. Well, something's going on. Okay, no error detected. And then they catch so many, and then we're stopped. What's going on? Captured image nil, captured image optional something, UIImage. I mean, that seems like it's updated. Why they stopped, though, that seems wrong. We didn't get any purple threading warnings, so that's something. But why stop? The only... Okay. I mean... It's only capturing, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 images. If it's nil, that's fine. I don't mind if we throw away a frame once in a while even, but all right. I think this stuff should be gone at this point. All right, so that's still so big. Oh, did I call start session? I think I did. All right, we don't need that one. We don't need the holder. And we do need the experiment view. Got a camera, show its error, show its image. I don't think I need this frame, but I don't think it's hurting anything. So we got, oh, I guess it's gone now. We had the message, no error detected. So something seemed okay. I mean, that means we got through permission. Okay, I'm just gonna, okay, as we exit each one, this one was, and we got that. Now we never call stop session, so there's no reason that should stop. All right, we do call start though, I think. Yeah. Okay. So it's like we're not getting the image updates. These are different, right? A0, B90, DE0, CVD0. So each one's coming through by itself. Why are you not drawing anything? Move that inside the print into main async. I don't think the print should care if it's in or out. Oh, are you saying move this out? Or are you saying I should have these in there too? I don't think it's going to matter. It prints it. It's been printing it whichever thread it's running on. And really, I'm going to delete this at some point. I don't think that's going to matter, but let's see a little tracing the old school way. Sorry, I have to get this thing charging too. So the image nil, the first one, makes me think like, oh, it's not updating still. Maybe we do need to make sure. I don't know that. I mean, the whole point of saying published up here, when we mark this thing published, says if it changes, you should update it. And we're making sure the one place that updates it, we're making sure that's done on the main thread. So that should be detectable and managed properly on that thread, I think. Okay, experiment. Okay, we got some stuff and it's frozen again. I got no error detected in a big green empty box. And it appears that only a certain number of images were captured. Camera error nil. Got permission. Session is set up. Captured image nil. String describing image. Okay, that's probably a little. Maybe this is the one you're talking about. Should be in here. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay. The problem is when that first image is nil, if it's not updating properly. Where is it? On change? One change of, I think I can say camera dot image print image changed. Let's try that. Oh, it's running. Even though we haven't looked at this view. And now it stops. Image changed, named question mark, image anonymous. We can give these names if that'll help us. All right, so interestingly, it ran the camera stuff right away before it even changed to that tab. Okay, so we got captured image changed. So this thing thinks the image is now there. And only the first one is nil, if that. In this case, image changed. Yeah, why? All right. Yeah, I'd kind of forgotten about doing this, but this is handy enough. So it's listening for any changes on this camera object and says, if you see a change, print this stuff out. So that tells me this thing is triggering. Let's make session setup fail. Let's keep a warning away, maybe. All right. I don't mind that warning. Okay. And over here, it says injected error, and it doesn't show our image at all. Well, I didn't think so. Do you need to repeatedly dispatch on the main queue on a timer or something? I didn't think so, because I thought these calls to output, capture output, would on their own periodically force an update as we get new images, and it seems like that's what's happening. We're changing the image. That's, I don't know. Is there somewhere we have to mark it with will change or something? I mean, I thought that was all supposed to be automatic, but you can. I don't know, what would you mark? Image dot will change value. Will change. I think I can just do that. I don't know what the key thing is, so I'm not sure what's there. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely being called repeatedly for every, once we start that session rolling, it just keeps calling that. I'm not sure that's totally ideal. Although maybe it's the way this thing should just be. I don't know. I do think we've shown that this doesn't have to be there. Our suspicion was it was only there for the purposes of connecting to the output layer. All right, so I got my injected error. So I guess that tells me, well, that tells me if there's an error, I do see it. Okay, and I stop, which is fine. So I don't know. The pieces seem like they're almost there. I think moving this to a class is the right move. That feels good. It's a camera model. It publishes stuff. I don't know if there's something. I don't know. There's things about when you publish. I don't think I go into it in this little booklet I made. Environment object default data. Right, but man, that stuff all should just work. And if you change a published field, somebody's supposed to be monitoring it. I guess in this case, we made state object on the main camera. It has that model. And I'm going to add a field to it, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, let's add a count, update count. Okay, and then in here, I'm going to update that as well. And then I'm going to display it down here. Now this always exists. Okay. So I don't know if it's visible. I get no error detected and my count is 112. Meaning I've had 112 updates. Is this still rolling? I mean, that could be 112 updates, I guess. It looks like a bunch. Why it stopped, I don't know. It happened so fast I couldn't even see it. 60 frames a second would be 2 seconds, right? So let's try it again. I'll just watch it directly. Maybe it's happening before I even get to that tab. $17. Huh. Okay. There's the something into. I have a feeling it's capturing until I hit my tab. All right. Well, I think we'll take a break. Let's say like a 4-minute break, and we'll come back and see if we can make this thing. See if we can figure out what's going on with these updates, because something's just a little weird here. I don't know why. If I could get one image out, I guess I'd be happier. And if I could get two. All right, I'm just leaving this running while we go on break for a little bit. I'll hit experimental at some point here. My guess is it's collecting images somewhere and we can't see them. And I hit experiment and it stops. Okay, it said 410 and it stopped. All right, so there's a clue in that. I don't know what it means. All right, see you in about 4 minutes. All right, welcome back. I'm not sure the break changed anything. It did give me time to get a theory, and I guess I feel like I can delete this code. We're not using that. We're not using that. I guess let's make sure we don't need that. We added that we don't need without a view. We did the allowed access stuff. We did the session setup stuff and said all that. Then we did this. Now this is... All right, I think we can comfortably delete this as being helpful to our experiment before, but we've kind of moved in a different direction. We can get it back if we have to. All right. The other thing that occurred to me is, so I think what we're seeing now is the camera starts up. It appears to collect images like these. Boom, 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 boom. It's gathering images, and then when I hit the experiment tab, it stops. So it seems like as soon as it tries to show the image, it stops the camera from collecting more. And I guess the one thing that I can think of is there was something about the sample buffer, like maybe we're supposed to copy it away or something. CV image equals sample buffer to image buffer. What does that do? CV image is a CV image buffer. So let's see if we can put this closer. Yeah, I just wonder if we can clone that or something. Like if are we holding on to a buffer because we're trying to display it, and now the camera can't release it and use it, and is that stopping it? I don't know. That's starting to sound a little far-fetched. Do the image size. Flips, I don't care. Where can I do this? Yeah, what is CV image again? CV image buffer is an alias for CV buffer. Okay, let's look at CI image. This may be a totally off the track thing. Okay, CImage. Initialize it. What are my options? Image dictionary keys. It's a class. Copy a CG image. I wonder if I have to do something there. Oops. CG image. I don't know. CI image is not CG image, right? Golly. Stores a buffer in a class member using. I don't know what that is. Async? I think it's blocking what you're saying. He uses star, 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 but okay. Store the buffer in a class member. Yeah, so I don't know that we need to store it. I just want to grab it. It's long enough to make a copy here. CV's core video. I guess CI. I don't know. Core video buffer. CG image. We're not dealing with a CG image. Can I get one? Well, I guess the question I'm asking is, can I how to copy a CI image? Swift. Kind of related. CG image create copy. It's kind of. There's a new copy function. Self CG. Return UI image. Well, yeah, it increases memory consumption. Better. I don't know if that's making things better or worse. So get the self CG image, the original image.copy. Why can't we say self.cg image.copy? CB image, new image. I don't know. Well, let's try that. Let result image equals this. I guess I'm gonna comment this line out momentarily. Result image equals that dot copy. Mutable copy. Will copy. No, keep that momentarily. So let buffer equals sample buffer. If let buffer equals yeah, we can flip the logic there. Let buffer equals sample image buffer self dot current buffer equals buffer. Well, does the assignment on the main queue? Oh, are you saying copy it first? I think that's legit. So we're doing this assignment on the kaleidoscope, the camera related queue. I don't know what we called it. Camera queue, kaleidoscope camera queue. Okay. And then once we have it as a clone, we're saving it. That's I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the stars are doing. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. Something. Whoa. Okay. I don't know what happened there. It showed the camera view on my iPad momentarily, which seems really weird. Okay, I'll run again. Get this up where you can kind of see it. Got permission, set up. Now we're spitting out camera stuff left and right. We're still in that first tab. Okay, so no, we got nothing. I don't know what that was. Some sort of leftover, maybe. queue, main async, current buffer equals buffer. So capture output. Okay, so we have this image buffer. Yeah, it's weird. It got to 340 by the time I hit. Now it's showing these, so I think captured image anonymous, image change anonymous. At some point, they changed from anonymous. I think that's just a default kind of thing. Yeah, we got named question mark. Named question mark. I don't know. Oh, it feels like we're close. It's something about these images. Like, why is it not? Okay. Change the guard to iflet and storing the image class using. So it's CPH image class in the main thread. Okay, so are you saying change from this line down? So if let CV image equals sample buffer dot image buffer. Okay. Yeah, but I don't quite see the benefit. But we can put all this in the main queue. Although I'm worried, I wanted to get the copy done before we started the main queue, but okay, we can flip this. That's first step. Okay. If we get it, do all that stuff, and now this should all be, whoops. From here to here should be comments. Okay. So if we get a sample buffer, clone this thing. I don't know, can we clone it before? CV image dot clone. No. CI image CV pixel buffer CV image dot clone. No. Okay, so we're cloning at the first level that has a clone. And then we're saving this. This happens in the main thread. Okay, I'm bouncing back. I can go to experiment or back to the main one. Make sure I can still do what it's supposed to do. Okay, that's rotating image based on the photo. I bumped experiment, okay. That's still in the photo. It's hard to... There's a flicker in there at some point when it... I don't know. Okay, experiment. I don't know. There's some sort of flicker in there. Okay, I don't know if that's the camera taking up CPU cycles or what the deal is. It's all like backwards. Okay, so I don't think that changed anything. Let me run it again. Make sure I ran it. That's the flip. Store the CV image in the class using the main thread. Okay. Now we're getting all kinds of stuff. If I do this, it stops. Okay, so. All right, so let me walk through what the behavior I'm seeing is, because sometimes that can help you. Yeah, it's very odd that it stops. So we create the overall screen with the 4 tabs, and the camera starts immediately and keeps running, collecting apparently real images. They've got different addresses. And they seem to be different instances. What does it think the type of this is? Any. I guess copies a generic facility. Okay. It seems to collect the images. The camera's apparently running. We still haven't seen a live image from these. We saw the one single one, I guess. So maybe it's collecting a good image. It looks like a good image from the print anyway. Collects image, but when you hit the experiment tab, it stops capturing output, and yet it doesn't show the last image in the screen either. Now I could see something that says we don't do start session until you're on that tab, and leaving the tab, maybe try and trigger stop session would be fine. Okay, but I don't know why it would stop. I mean, they're creating that image regardless. Like every one of these is calling UIImage. So I don't see the issue there. It should call it. It should. The original CV image should be released at this point, as far as garbage collection kind of thing, right? There are no more references to CV image after 76. We've copied it. I assume that clones the image buffer. So I don't see why the tab going live changes anything. I mean, what it does, right, is as soon as, well, even before it's rendered, right? I mean, all these that say image changed, they're coming from the on changed, so that screen is updating in the background constantly. Um, hmm. I don't know if that will tell me anything. I guess that would tell me. Well, I guess I could do this, right? I could put the image number in there. I showed something with a border green, so I think there's something there. All right, let's try this. I don't know. The camera model created. Is it removed? No, it's created. It's created. Um, it's created when an experiment view is created, and that happens when very early on. So, I mean, the overall tab view creates that experiment view. Okay, so we're getting unique names in here. I'm gonna tap this one. Oh, I do get some image stuff. Okay, so I get image changed BBF00, which is the last one there. Anonymous 1920 rendering mode. All right, so it's stuck there. It's not updating anymore. Which I don't get. I mean, even if the if the camera's still running, it should still be filling in our core output stuff. Our output, whatever it is, method, capture output, right? Should be, well, let me print more. Okay, just to see a little visual difference there. So now I'm going to say, let's just call it every time capture output gets called. Does it keep going after we switch to the tab? Keep reference to the camera model inside experiment view. Yeah, we do. It's a state object, which I believe is still right. Okay, so we are calling capture output. I'm gonna tap the experiment tab. Captured output is stopped. Image changed 360. Yeah, the last one. Oh. What? I mean, I could let somebody higher up own this camera model. Really, what I'd like to do is when you enter this tab, turn it on, and when you stop it, turn it off. Let's see. Can I print? Session dot is running. Should be a bunch of trues. Okay. True, 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 true. Okay, I'll hit experiment. It captured CA20. And that thing is no longer calling. Cool. Something? I don't know. Can I break here? Where's my stack view? Pause. Okay. View hierarchy. Well, we can look at this. I've never really used this to debug anything successfully, so we'll see. All right, it's gonna take a moment. So the first thing we did in capture output is print. So we're not seeing more of these. So that's not running. Okay, here's UI view. Okay. Tab view. Resolve tab view. Resolve tab view. 1, 2. Well, I don't know if it's this one. How about showing me the contents, guys? Text. Yeah, I don't know. Like what, we don't do anything that would stop the queue. I don't quite understand this. Oh, is that blue? That's the experiment tab. Okay. Here's the, oh, that's the experiment tab. Label. What's this? Tab bar. System table.body content. Is that this? Yeah, I can't see it. Well, I don't think that view is going to help us. What's this one? Memory graph. No. Environment overrides. Simulate location. No, none of those do it for me. Stack frame. Okay, that's helpful. Is that a stack frame? No. It's a picture of everything happening. Okay, there's the camera model. What can I see on it? Camera queue. Camera session update. I mean, those all seem like the right things. I don't know where it thinks I am. I don't know how to get back to my normal old stack hierarchy. View process by thread. Okay. All right, let's stop. End the misery. All right, let's look at that camera queue. What's odd to me, like I can still click between the tabs, so I don't think I've frozen the UI view. Excuse me. We create this queue when we create the model, and we don't really delete it, we just use it. We're not going to create the model multiple times, so I don't see an issue there. Need to create the camera queue outside the experiment tab. It works as long as you're not looking at it. Well, yeah, I don't get why that would affect it. If it, see, well, I guess I'm going to argue instead of no, but when you create a state object like this, right, it should only create it once. And that shouldn't, I mean, nothing's deleting it. Create the camera queue outside the tab. I mean, I don't know if we, I guess the question would be, yeah, if, is there a way to, that we're deadlocking the camera queue? Yeah, I don't think it can be a problem of This is only created once, or we'd know it, right? If you tried to create the same queue twice, it would probably complain. If you tried to set session, I think it would complain. What is triggering? Yeah, no, I know. Me too. Um, I don't know what would kill. What would lock up the camera queue, I guess. So maybe I just have to look at this from a threading perspective. So when you come in and create this, you're on the main queue. Okay, we create the camera queue. We create a blocker queue. I don't know what blocker.wait is doing here. Is waiting for that thing to finish. Okay, let's see what this does. Yeah, thanks. Okay. Group. I guess we're going to have to look over here. Attach multiple work items to a group and schedule them for async execution on the same queue or different queues. Okay, so what's this? Wait for previously scheduled work. Leave explicitly indicate it's finished executing. And enter. Okay, so I don't think... I mean, I think the effect of this is really to run that code and capture the allowed access flag. Okay. And then once we have it, we can leave. We'll wait until anything finishes, but there's not going to be much. Although, right, it can pop up the window and all that stuff. But at the end, there's allowed access and we've run. So I don't think that one, that goes on to its own. I mean, it's running on the queue. Sorry, it's running on the main queue at this point, I believe. QoS auto release frequency. Yeah, I don't think this one's the problem. We get permission, it's kind of a one-time thing. And it may throw up stuff on the main thread, but that's okay. It's being called on the main thread. Okay, so report error basically runs on the main thread, but it does have that blocker stuff. Okay, then setup session comes in on the main thread. We configure this. We set up the device. Okay, so I think all this stuff is setting up the session, right? This sample buffer delegate. So we say we want to capture video data output. We make sure that's legit. Then we say when you find something, run capture output on the camera queue. I don't know if that's... We don't want to run it on the main queue. They complained when we did. Okay, so we have not started anything. We're just configuring it. So when it does run, it will do that. Okay, and then commit the configuration. Right, so we've kind of locked it in. Nothing's running on it's all still in the main queue. Okay, then we start session. That says go to the camera queue and tell it to start running. Okay, and then that's running on the main queue. It just kicks it off and it goes away. And then presumably this method gets called on the camera queue. He says, I've got an image buffer. Let me copy it. I still don't know if it's really copying. I think let's read up on capture output and whatever this delegate obnoxious thing is. Okay. So recall this was a little light. Okay, so did output says it wrote a frame. Did drop, we don't care. A delegate of this must adopt output sample buffer delegate protocol. What does that mean? Oh, okay. I think that's what they're saying is if you want to capture it, you got to do it through there. Now this method is so minimal. The capture output object, a sample buffer containing the video frame and information. Okay. Method is called in the dispatch queue specified by the callback query. Okay. It's called periodically. It must be efficient. Okay. If you need to reference the sample buffer outside the scope of the... Oh, you must see if retain it. Now, I wonder if that's what's going on. Retaining the sample buffer needs access. Consider copying the data to a new buffer and releasing the sample buffer if it was retained. So I think we're doing the right thing. But it's not clear we're copying the sample buffer. Let's look at this thing. Can we clone it? Is there a constructor? Image buffer. I don't know how you clone it. Well, we probably should check that. Data buffers. And this is the one we've been getting. With audio buffers, set data buffer, copy PCM data. That's not relevant. Well, I mean, I think image buffer is what we're getting. Value is nil if it doesn't contain a CV image buffer, if it contains a block buffer, or if there's an error. Okay. CV buffer. There's no clone. Well, okay. It should be new data once you make it into a CI image. Yeah, that's kind of what I would think. Let's see, capture output. Okay, so we're in the queue that we set up, which is the camera queue. We copy this buffer as quickly as we can. Yeah, I mean, I think well, I could believe CI image might just hold on to the buffer you gave it, right? So you gave it a bunch of pixels. It doesn't need them. I don't know. I'm not quite convinced. I mean, I don't. It doesn't explain why it stops, but um, okay. Let's let's see if we can do something different with this. I don't know how to say this. Save bits from UIImage. You can't change them. Right. So I wonder if we're not copying the buffer, but we're copying the pointer to the buffer in effect. Um, where's the constructor we use? Named. System name. Resource. Our UI image was CI image. Initialize return an image with the size. Boy, I wonder if we got the ping data and held that. But can we get back? Image to data. Oh, data colon. Okay. I mean, ping data was that like JSON, right, or something? Ping data. And this data object. So that's got to be a plain old copy of it. All right, I don't know. I'm scraping around here. We got the sample image buffer. If we create this thing, okay, I'm going to leave it cloned for a second there. Let ping image equal result image dot result image as UI image dot what did they do to get it? Dot ping? ping data. Ping data equals that. And now if I use, I don't know, the performance is ping video. Should it be? Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely mean ping like GIF or GIF or whatever. So let's make a UIImage data colon ping data like that. Optional type. I don't know if I should just force it. Okay, I'm gonna see what happens with it. So I'm really trying to force all the image stuff to happen here and get down to raw data of a ping image. I mean, from a performance point of view, it's not a great thing to do, but it does give us bare data that it should be able to make a new image. Okay, something wasn't happy. All right, experiment tab. Okay. Oh dear. Okay, it's choppy and it's rotated. I don't know how to get it unrotated. Well, that's okay. Okay, something's happening. Okay. And it's still running while the image is on the screen. So I think we've hit the core of the problem. Ugh, all right. So apparently, I guess this copy is sort of you say shallow copy, it's only it's a struct. So it's only copying the fields because they're all constant as far as the struct is concerned. Now that was noticeably slow, but I think it tells us we were not getting a real copy. So I don't know, we can figure out how to copy these image buffers. That would be the best. I mean, I don't know, is there... Oh, hey, is it a CM sample buffer? It is, right? Sample buffer dot copying. No, where did I see that? Sample buffer dot okay, let's go look at this guy. I thought we looked at this. Something just popped up copying. Create copy. Okay. Allocator. I don't know where that's coming from. With new timing, I don't care about that. And you still got to have an allocator. I don't know where you get the allocator. Default allocator. Okay. On output points to the buffer. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're down low level. Okay. CM sample buffer. Okay, let's go back up here. I don't know how we're supposed to release those pointers and stuff like that. I mean, this is definitely way, way down there. Invalidating buffers. Okay, set invalidate handler. Seem sample buffer invalidate. Okay, maybe that's the way to go. All right, so let's capture this. Okay. We need to copy image buffer, release it in the main queue. Well, shoot, when do we release it? Huh. All right. Well, that's what we're looking. CM sample buffer. I don't know how to get back to my index code. Okay. Well, this is a good problem. CV image is image buffer. I don't know. Is the UIImage or CIImage going to release it when it's done? CV image is CV image buffer. Be no. Well, I don't know the answer. I think I guess the question is, does a CV image holds the sample buffer? Right. So I guess does CV image get released by CI image when it's done with it? Okay, I guess we're looking for some sort of DNet. I don't know if that's on here. DNet, no. I don't think we get to see the implementations. Init CG image, init with options, init with source. Okay, well, that gives us a place to look and a place to stop. I think our worst case at this point is you do the ping data and it's slowish. Whether that's enough. Okay, let me save. Oh, that's a pretty old article. I'll save the link in the to do. All right. Old article. Okay. So, I mean, I think we did make progress. We established that if you completely isolate the sample buffer from what's going on in this image, that everything updates and all that stuff. So, in that sense, I think we're good. There's a little bit of weirdness as far as like the rotation was funny. I don't know if I care. Yeah, I don't know that I care for the purposes of what we're doing. It's probably not a big deal. But if we have this, that gives us a path to isolated data that we can build from in the main. Converting the buffer into ping, through 3 layers to get to the ping data and then back is going to be slow, and I think that's what we were seeing. So I think we have a path through to a solution there. And once you have a path, there's usually a way to find a better path. So we'll pick up there tomorrow looking for that better path. The other one we still have is we'd like to be not not locking up the camera or not getting all these updates when we're not even on the screen that can take advantage of them. That's just slowing down the other stuff. So I think we got to address those two problems. Okay, so one issue is converting to ping isolates the UI image from the buffer, but it's slow. The other is don't capture images when not on that tab. Okay. All right. Well, we'll pick up there tomorrow, 2 to 4:30. Oh, interesting. Copy next sample buffer. 2 to 4:30 p.m. Eastern or 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC. Thanks for joining today. Thanks, Mudshark in particular, for the comments and help. And I'll see you tomorrow or some other time. Thanks. Bye-bye.